All right. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready to explore Hold'em's deep darkest secrets?
I'm ready for something.
Yeah, we're gonna see how this goes.
Yeah.
Um, so
I get to be the trial run.
yeah. So we're gonna try something new, where I mean I can't talk for you four, but I'm sure I've scarred you four as players in some kind of way. But I feel like your four characters have been through a lot, so I think this kind of felt as a natural spot in the campaign to kind of explore you guys and see how our characters are doing to just deal with everything right now.
Mm.
I did share this a little bit ago, off recording, but there are some, and then there's also some other things I want to bring up that I realize I'm about to surprise you with, because there are some things that I realized. Um, but the past like months of episodes have only taken place over like 2 days, which is really fun.
Uh huh.
Yeah, which is why we were kind of joking that it was like that's been a very very long day. Um, I mean, I didn't expect it, but in the campaign, with you guys just finishing things up at the casino with Jane Lynch, uh, yesterday was the day that you guys got the tip that there's going to be two parasite worms exiting out of tunnels underground. Um, and that'll happen in 3 days. So then 2 days away, everything at the casino, and then I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna see how everyone's doing the day after the casino. So it won't be the day those worms arrive. Everyone will kind of be able to breathe and kind of get their stuff together.
Cool.
And then the other things that I looked at your character sheet for the
Okay.
initiate.
All right.
So, I got good news and bad news. Which one would you like first?
Let's start. Let's start with the good news.
So, when your sect asks you to do something, and we originally rolled a 7 and 9, you'll get some info or help once you do it, and you did it. You figured out who
Good.
was in the second hierarchy.
Good.
So
Forgot about that. So I'm glad that it worked out.
yeah, so we'll figure out what info or help you get, or we can just play around, see what happens, and then the bad news is with the initiate, when you use a luck point, something goes bad for your sect, an
I didn't
ill-advised
know
project
this.
or a disastrous operation.
This is new to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What happens?
We'll see. I have some things in my pocket, but we'll see how I might even have you guys roll, and by you guys I mean just you, and we'll see what happens to what severity I decide, whether it's something extra terrible happens, or maybe just the ill-advised project or disastrous operation was all the bullshit that was yesterday.
Okay.
um
Great.
We'll see. I will say, following the events of everything that has happened at the casino, just to kind of finish off the day, it seems that Robbie is intent on staying at the hotel with his brother, and hoping that he can, stay there to keep an eye on him.
Mm.
And other than that, I think the atmosphere in the casino is a bit tense, where when talking with George, you guys were able to come to an agreement where, despite his very major paranoia and need for secrecy, he's allowing you guys to live with the knowledge that he even exists.
Yep.
And the second hierarchy went into kind of emergency mode to shut down everybody else, and now everyone is kind of like we're just supposed to act like nothing happened. So there's a little bit of it's a little bit of a tense atmosphere in the order, where
Okay.
now that curtains have kind of been pulled down and people have shown their true colors, a lot of people are very, very eerie and a little hesitant of one another, especially when it comes to trusting anybody who is on the second hierarchy or higher.
Of course.
Yeah. Other than that, though, I would say, I think the only conclusive things we came to was that, Cliff left the room, left the casino very quickly. I would say after that, of course, Jeremiah and William soon follow, and that would leave you at the casino. We're free to act it out if we like, but Jamie would go home, but Robbie would like to stay with his brother. Even if it's in the same room, just to try to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, that's fine. I think we can just have that be accepted.
Okay. So, other than that, so we're gonna try to do 4 of these one-on-one episodes, and then hopefully an episode after where you guys can kind of all come together, tie up any extra loose ends, and possibly start planning for all of the things coming next.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think the big one is that Tex is very much done for the day, but wants to know if the next day you can meet with her just to talk. And it doesn't have to be at the casino. She'd actually prefer if it wasn't.
Yeah, why don't we meet at that that one diner?
Yeah. Well, I'll meet you there, and you guys set up a time to meet there, whether it be for brunch or whatever. And we see Hold'em. Unless there's anything else you want to do, we see Hold'em head home.
Yeah, let's head home.
So I think we established.
Hold'em.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go on.
Oh no, you start.
Oh, I was just going to start with the area. I do believe it is in Flats, was what we established.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't think it was too much.
No, yeah. So Holden's got an apartment in Flats. It's cheaper. It's far enough away from the city where he doesn't have to run into people all the time from work. But it's a fine enough drive to where he's able to only half an hour, 45 minutes. So nothing too bad.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a little bit of a simple apartment. Nothing too crazy. He's gonna kind of get home. He's going to. I think he was. I don't remember what he was even wearing. If he was wearing his work uniform or not. But he's just gonna kind of take off. If he was, he's gonna take it off. Just take off that bow tie vest. Get into something comfortable because he is exhausted.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. And he kind of he goes, puts a hot pocket in the microwave. And then picks up his phone, starts scrolling through for some podcasts. He is not doing much here.
Okay, very very kind of minimal, not much from his past life. That seems to be
Yeah.
in his apartment. And then I would say unless anything, crazy steps in, I would say that the next day happens to roll around.
Do you want to talk at all about Hold'em's past?
Sure. Don't be afraid that anything is set in stone. I can always edit this.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, even if you have any loose ideas, I'd love to explore them.
Yeah, I was thinking a bit about where he's from and such.
Mhm.
I was thinking, and this isn't just because I'm from the Midwest, but I was thinking he would be from the Midwest, kind of a smaller town. Nothing like middle of nowhere small, but still small.
Mhm.
You wouldn't necessarily consider it like a large community in comparison to Vegas, of course. But yeah, he kind of just he was doing a job that he just didn't like very much. Some like office corporate work, something that he just wasn't enjoying, and had a feeling that he had to get the hell out of there. Most of his friends, any connections that he had in the town, had all kind of like left as well. And he just decided that he needed to change. So he remembered a couple fun weekends he had in Las Vegas and headed there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he? Okay. Yeah, it's just like everybody else is kind of taken off, and that kind of stuck feeling, kind of coming to a head in. Fuck it, I'm just gonna pick up and just like start somewhere.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's anybody that he left behind, or that it's kind of just been, he didn't really have anything here anymore, so it wasn't much of a inner conflict?
I mean, his parents were still there. And he didn't like leaving them behind necessarily. But I mean, he was grown. He was in his late 20s at the time, so he felt it was he felt it was still time.
Mm-hmm. I know this isn't like an exact one-to-one, but I just think of like the moment. I mean, you've seen Soul, right?
Yeah.
And this isn't a spoiler because I think it's straight up in the trailer, but when there's just like the corporate guy sitting at his desk and he's like, "What am I doing here?" and he like throws everything off the desk.
Exactly that, yeah.
And then I'm curious if once you got to Vegas, if it was something more where you were working maybe odd jobs until you started working at Shiver Me Timbers, or if you always just had an interest in cards, or maybe even like numbers.
Yeah, I mean, like he said, like he's very calculating. The idea of numbers and cards always interested him, like how evenly it works out for in a 52 card deck, that there's 4 suits with 13 cards each, and how that can be divided, and how many different permutations of shuffle cards there are, and the chance and probability, all of that really interested him. His last job was like in accounting, something that needed math. Was very math heavy, so that kind of translated well to the card aspect of things. And then he, when he kind of moved away, it opened up his personality a bit, so he was able to relate more, be a generous, welcoming dealer of sorts. And he started off in a couple smaller ones, but kind of worked his way up to Shiver Me Timbers, which ended up being a cult.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess so. But it's a cult with a god we can prove.
You're not wrong.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice, rich, modernized cult. This ain't your mom's cult.
By the way, don't join cults in real life. This is a fictitious work.
Yes. You have to be 100% sure that your cult has magic powers before joining.
Just to make it like A, good, B, not a real one.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and then like the fact that he and so his specialty, obviously, Texas Hold'em. being paired with Tex, kind of learning both the trade of the learning the trade of the guild or the order, and then also the card game itself alongside her, really I think attached him to her.
Mm-hmm.
And he right now she's kind of like his closest confidant, I would say. Like he would, if he were to, so he picked up and moved from city US from mid-sized
USA.
city USA, Midwest USA to Vegas with kind of like not much of a thought. He would have to think about it and consider Tex if he were to move somewhere else again.
Okay. Do you think because you were talking about kind of learning the game, do you think that Hold'em came from a more strict kind of upbringing, or a kind of looser, do what you'd like, or kind of somewhere in between? Was there any kind of pressure, or?
Yeah, I don't know if there was any pressure for what he wanted to do necessarily. I think his parents, for the most part, growing up, his parents was like, okay, you're going to business school, cool, that's fine. But it never, they never had much question about his like life choices, and then by the time he wanted to abandon all that and become a casino dealer, they didn't care as much because he was an adult and can make his own decisions.
Hold'em kind of gives me the feeling of someone who's very comfortable with their own company.
Yeah, I would say that. Definitely able to. He blends in well, but definitely opens up more when he's among people that he enjoys.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Yeah.
All right. Would you like to explore the magical world of fantasy tomorrow?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. You wake up. It is a nice, hot Nevada day. The cactuses are chirping.
The cactuses are chirping. He's got to peel the sweaty shirt off of him that he slept in.
Mm-hmm.
Puts on some nice slacks.
I feel like Hold'em does Hold'em always just dress nice, or?
I mean, for the most part, he works enough that he at least tries to look presentable. But I mean, puts on some nice slacks, and then maybe I don't know, a nice graphic T-shirt. There's a cool design on it that you can't really tell, but it's like a T-shirt that you would only wear on special occasions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eat, sleep, game. Repeat.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I would say, as for today, the casino is closed.
Good.
If you were to pass by it, you would see a big piece of plywood over the front door.
That's good.
Yeah. And you just got the day off, which I feel like they would kind of work you to the bone there. At least when they're busier and not doing all these dramatic things with the world. So yeah, I would say unless there is anything else, I think we will you kind of head to the diner. How long would you say that Hold'em's been in Flats?
Good question. I would say maybe
he was in Vegas and he was like, this is a little expensive.
Yeah. So lived in Vegas for probably a year and a half, 2 years. Came out to been in Flats for 3 to 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
would say
I've been thinking mid-30s for him.
Okay. Yeah, you've gotten the lay of the land of the town by now, and although
Yeah.
you haven't, you haven't.
I don't
been
interact
here,
with anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't interact with anyone, but I've been here a while.
Yeah. So you make your way to the Flats Diner, where it doesn't take long for Julia to get you seated, and it seems as if Tex is not there yet. And after Julia comes over, asks if you'd like anything.
Yeah, can I get scrambled eggs, 2 pieces of toast, ham, and a short stack?
Yeah, you got it.
Thanks.
And you are not in the exact same booth, but you are near the same booth you were in yesterday, where you saw Robbie putting up those flyers, and it seems as if the flyer has been taken down.
Okay. That's good.
It doesn't take too long, but you see Tex come in. I don't think it's very often that you've seen Tex outside of work. She is dressed very casually. She is in... she's wearing jeans and a sweatshirt, but she doesn't look like she has slept very well.
Hey.
And
Hey, Tex.
Hey.
Come on over.
And she scoots into the booth. How was your night?
I did nothing. I think all the energy that I had to exert yesterday really just really took a lot out of me. And looks like it took a lot out of you too. I don't mean that like in a bad way or anything. Like, you look fine, but you also don't. You know what I mean.
Thanks. No, I didn't. No, I didn't sleep too well. I don't know. I've just been thinking about everything.
What? Do you want to talk through it? Talk it out.
I mean, I talked about it a bit with you yesterday, but I mean, after yesterday, I can't get behind what the order stands for anymore. I mean, I thought it was this organization that would be about, doing good and helping those who need it. And while I think it started as that, it just feels like it has just become so diluted with secrets and just like the whole thing. Just like, I don't know who to trust anymore. It feels so hypocritical to want to help others but then hurt your own when you want to. Like, it feels like they're just using people, and it makes my skin crawl.
Yeah, things always seem to start out that way, huh? Where they want to help people, and that's the phrase. That's the buzzword. We want to help people. But the more that they try to do that, and the more I guess success they have, it doesn't turn into that anymore. Weird how that always happens, right?
I can't think of the phrase, but it's something good intentions. But I mean, I want to trust that they started off with good intentions, but I mean, I know that they have the kind of money and influence that I feel like they're so spread out, but so tightly knit. I've been thinking a lot about how I want to leave the order, but I can't. And how I am...
How come?
Because if they're going to dip Omaha for trying to stick his nose where it doesn't belong, what are they going to do to somebody who now knows as much as I do, who tries to walk away?
Yeah, that's really sucky. I wish I knew what to say. I've been thinking a lot about that too, about the order and if I should still be in it, but I almost feel a sense of responsibility of being in here, just to make sure that they don't fuck up any more than they are.
I feel you, and I feel that responsibility too, but it's like looking around you and seeing the people in power and seeing them use it so poorly and feeling so stuck by it.
Yeah.
And it is this fight or flight where I want out, but I want at the same time to take that power out of their hands so that they can't keep hurting people.
And that's what we got to do. And that's my goal at the end of all this. There's a lot of other shit is going on beyond just the order for me right now because of some other things that my other friends and I are dealing with, but monsters and stuff that the order feels like they're partially responsible for. I don't know anymore. But I will say this, Tex. I'm not going to continue in the order long term if you're not there. Because there's nothing else for me there if you're not there.
That stops her for a moment. And
I didn't mean that like...
No, I really do appreciate it.
No, like...
Because...
like, it's a...
No, you are one of the few reasons that I enjoy coming into work. and you make the order so much more bearable. And you are one of the reasons that I want to stay and make it better.
And I think we can. And I think that there's a way for us to make this something that does serve people like it originally was supposed to, or what we assume it was supposed to. And if it's not, we'll get rid of it. How much does speaking as Matt, how much I don't think I told or Tex knows much about the stones, the mind, body, soul stuff.
I think that depends on how much you want to tell her.
Okay.
And if you want to act that out, you can, or we can.
So, I kind of look around to see what the diner's doing, and it seems to be if we can have it this way, it seems to be the general clientele who don't give a shit what other people are talking about.
Yeah, it's you know what? Roll plus sharp.
Damn it. Okay. I didn't think I was gonna have to roll today.
Because why not?
That's 6 plus 2, 8.
Yeah, 8. It seems like it is a pretty light crowd. It's probably the middle of the week, so there's not too much of a crowd in, and there's nobody immediately, next to one booth or the other. It seems like you can have a conversation without being overheard.
Okay. So, related to all the monster stuff that's going on, there might be a point where the Order might not be able to exist anymore.
What do you mean?
I don't know how to fully explain it without saying too much. But the way that we are able to do our job for the premonitions, is related to the whole monster situation.
Okay.
And I'm expecting that shit to go down very soon. So
okay.
There may be a point where that may solve our problem. Like, solve itself. I don't know for sure. I don't know what is going to happen with all this stuff, but I know that I can trust you, and I know that having you and knowing that you are that you're able to help, if you want to help, would be amazing and really help us out.
I would be happy to help.
That means so much to all of us. The others would agree. I wish I could tell you more. I really wish I could. But you trust me, right?
I trust you.
Okay.
And she kind of thinks for a moment. Sorry, go on.
The thing I don't know is how we're going to fix Omaha, if we can. Or 4.
Well, I had some thoughts about that too.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking either we can try, and this is kind of based off of your idea that you said yesterday of possibly, going in his mind or either of their minds and trying to fix it. Possibly using some. I think that's a lot more complex than the magic we usually use, and would be a big magic kind of thing. But we could try. I don't know if going into the rivers or a river ourselves would really help necessarily. It might just give us a vision of our own.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
But if you're saying that, if these monsters are related, if the Order might not be around, if something happens to that power that they hold, if something happens to the river, I'm wondering if maybe that would stop whatever is affecting them.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah. If we disrupt the power, they will no longer be able to. Yeah, I don't know. Because they were submerged. They've been there for a while. I don't know if it's just like in them now, or if it's still connected to the source.
Yeah, my kind of understanding of it is the river. The river is this connection that opens your mind to the facts of the universe. And
Right.
there are, when we are able to experience it for a short period of time, we are seeing glimpses into things that will happen. But from what I've seen with the two of them, when it's for a longer exposure, that the mind begins to struggle, and that they might see even further into the future. They might see some crazy fucking stuff, but it seems like they are fed information and facts.
It's like a connection to something.
Yeah,
a doorway that humans aren't able to fully withstand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like they, because it seems like it's overwhelming for them. Like they've kind of opened up their mind to be this antenna to pick up any and all signals. And which is why I find it so interesting when they started to communicate using things like suits and numbers.
Take out a deck of cards, lay them out on the table in front of us. You like numbers, right, Tex?
I mean, not originally before working at Shiver Me Timbers, but I mean, in this line of work, you kind of start to.
Yeah, like we kind of count cards as we deal. Like we know what's coming. We have a feel for it.
Yeah.
I'm spreading them out. I'm kind of arranging them, and we've kind of developed our own meanings to these, right?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, there are those more ancient meanings that Four had been mentioning, but I think there's a personal understanding with them as well.
Yeah. Same reason why every casino dealer and magician out there has their own favorite card. What's yours?
I'd probably say two of diamonds, because it is always so funny when I hand somebody a card and then it's a 2 and they get so upset. But and I don't know. I like the suit, I guess.
Mine
Yeah, what
is
would you say is
the Jack of Spades. Actually, I like the little thing he's holding.
You know what? When I was a kid, I used to call them shovels.
So we have our own meanings for them. There's the meanings of the universe, and I think that there's something that's going to come out of these in some way. Just with how much Omaha and Ace have been talking about the suits, have been talking about the numbers. Like there's got to be some meaning in it, and I don't know what it is yet. But I've been looking at these cards a lot, trying to figure it out.
I think my question is how it connects to, or at least it seems like these kind of facts of the universe and these bigger pictures are very, very connected to them in the way that Omaha and 4 have spoken. But not just that, but the fact that we're an organization that relies on this river, and we are also an organization whose members are tattooed with the 4 suits.
Yeah.
And I'm left to wonder just what those can mean.
Question.
Yeah.
This is player to DM.
Yes.
Did we talk to George about the suits?
I forget, and this is me just misremembering, but I pretty sure I talked about the prophecy that was supposed to come with them. And I think it came from, I'm pretty sure it came from George, but I could be wrong, but I know I mentioned it, and it was supposed to be that when the 4 suits come together, it is, I forget the exact wording I used. It will be, I will say now that what he said was that when the 4 suits come together, it will be both the end and the beginning.
Okay.
Be nice and DM vague.
Yep.
I will also say too, of course, you had Omaha, give each of you a different suit.
Right, I have those written down.
Yes.
Clubs.
And then while talking with Tex, you realize, actually, you know what? Tex is going to be like, fuck, hold him. You know what I just realized?
What?
You remember how Omaha gave, like, all 4 of you aces?
Yeah. Do we need to go talk to 4 and ask what ace means?
Well, I was just thinking, like, what if he was trying to warn us about ace?
Oh!
You know what? It does.
I don't know.
It does not help that our order is also like, let's name everybody after card suits, because like,
yeah, except us.
yeah,
we get to be the game that we play.
Yeah, or because we're cool.
We're cooler than them.
We got people walking around saying, "Ooh, I'm 3." You know what? When we have control over this, you know what? That's the thing I want to get rid of. I want to get rid of
code names.
I mean, or maybe just some cooler code names.
Yeah, like we could have. I mean, sucks for craps, but does every new employee get to be named Craps?
You know what? You would think, but I feel like he's just always been Craps.
Right.
Like, I feel like it was like he got the short end of the stick, and then, like, just since then, I could have sworn I have always heard, like, you know, that like the council being like, yeah, we're gonna get you a new name, you know,
and then he never gets a new name. He's just always craps.
No. You know what? At least I know when we fucking revolutionize and overthrow this order, I can count on Craps to get it on this.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be ecstatic.
And then when I'm in charge, he'll just be crap.
All right. So, we got monsters to fight soon. And I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm scared because I feel like I dragged these guys into things, and that's something I've been worried about since the beginning. Just getting involved in business that isn't theirs.
What do you mean by these guys?
You know, Cliff, LeClaire, William, and William's just a kid, even.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I guess, the fact that they're threatening innocent people, it is still their business. I mean, even if I wasn't in the order and there were monsters about, I'd want to do something.
Yeah.
Like I get where those other two kids were coming from, and I don't. Of course, they were not taking the right form of action.
Oh no.
No. But I get like. Hell, I was just talking about how I feel so stuck, and it is really, really scary, and I want you to know that I have your back.
And
okay?
I got yours too.
I've kind of been like half-ass joking, but I do want to see if we can change the order. And I don't mean slowly over time. I mean if we might not have this kind of connection or power for much longer, if there is something big coming, I want the four of you and whoever else we need, I want us to be able to have the backing and influence and power of the order behind us. And not some paranoid, pathetic, scared little order, an order that's willing to help people and do what's right.
Me too. I think we can do great things together.
I just don't know where to start.
Well, to start, I gotta figure out like all this monster shit. But as soon as we're done with that, or as a result of that, I'm still not sure which one is gonna happen first. We'll get it figured out.
I don't know. I feel antsy.
Yeah, me too. Yep.
I feel scared that there's going to be a moment that we're going to need to be unified, and we're going to drop the ball. And
do you mean we as in the order?
I mean we as in the order, yeah.
Okay.
Where we're going to need to be able to rely on it, and then someone in the second hierarchy or whoever is going to try to get in our way. I'm going to start trying to get together anyone that I can, any everyone else in the Order that feels uneasy with the way everything has been revealed, and see if we can try to resolve this in a fair manner.
Yeah.
In a kind of, we want a union kind of manner, but instead of union, it being a cosmic open mind power.
Right. The usual.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
let me know whatever you need when it comes to that.
Of course. And if you're going to be out there and you're going to be taking on God knows what, I want to be able to have your back and have whatever influence they carry to be able to support you.
Yeah.
I felt it a little bit when I was on the council. I mean, the temporary one. And I know now that was, more of a ruse to kind of, I mean, not a ruse, but something to just
appease the masses.
Yeah.
Keep the peace. Yeah.
And while I don't think I would have been able to do anything because of all the other little people on there that would have gone in the way, it felt really good to be somebody who had power over something and power to do what's right. I do think on the other hand, power is something that can, influence and corrupt, but in order to do the right thing, like, you need that power just a little. And it felt genuinely like I felt like a weight was lifted when I was able to be able to help and do things. And while I was so horrified when I found out things about let's say 4, when I was able to find that out because I was on the council, I felt like I was taking steps forward rather than just sitting back and watching things just pass by.
Tex, if we get through this and we're starting anew, you are going to be a great leader. If that's what you want.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
It's that feeling of finally being able to do good, and I think just for a long time I've kind of let things be overwhelming or just kind of take things as they come. But I think I kind of lost where I wanted to be and what I wanted to do. I actually, before the Order, I actually wanted to be a doctor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How come?
I think it was just the feeling and the desire to want to just help people. And I was so happy that was my drive. But as time went on and as school went on, it was, I couldn't. And, I couldn't keep up. And, I dropped out. I kind of just let everything go. I've been just kind of just letting life kind of just take me wherever. and there's no self accountability if you don't let yourself be in control, and you kind of just let things happen around you. But I don't want to do that anymore.
Let's take some action.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
And with that, I think, yeah. With that, I think, Julia, yeah. Here's your breakfast.
Oh, thanks. Take a bite of the ham.
Ham.
Do that again?
I said, ham. I think that's really it that I have for Tex.
I want to do one more thing.
Yeah, you got it.
And this can kind of be the last one. I want to go pay a visit to George.
Sure.
Hey,
sure. Are you're going same day, just after breakfast?
After breakfast, yeah.
Sure. I will say that, as a casino employee, you have a key to unlock the front door. And as you are heading in, now you know all the secret entrances and exits. So do you go through the usual way?
I go through whichever one it will just get me down there the fastest. I'm not fancy.
Not too picky. As you are actually heading down, and it's pretty empty, even the secret back rooms, and then you head down the even secreter underground, and as you make your way into the one, there is the kind of more modernized room with the tables and bookshelves and pool table before you reach the big open cave where George sits, and standing in there is Jack. Oh, hey Hold'em, how you been?
I've been good. How about you?
Doing well, I guess been better.
We all have.
Yeah. You looking to talk to the big man?
Yeah, I gotta ask him something.
Okay. Just give him a minute.
Yep.
Yeah, he'll be well, he's a little busy. He'll be ready in a second.
I got time.
Okay. And
I literally stand there in silence, not talking to Jack, for however long it takes.
I want you to read a bad situation.
Oh God. Okay. Why did I do this to myself?
I'm doing the thing from the luck point.
Ooh.
Hey.
That's bad.
Wait, hold on. You got
sharp. 4 + 2, 6.
Delicious.
I'm gonna go ahead and mark experience. At least get experience out of this shit.
As you are just kind of staring in silence at Jack, with this kind of tension in the air, it becomes even more awkward, but kind of eerie, as behind Jack, behind the door, you can hear screaming. It seems masculine in nature, but it is this deep guttural, more like a groan mixed with a scream.
Jack, what the hell is happening?
Listen, it's just George, he's just doing his thing. He'll be done in a minute.
Jack?
He kind of takes a step forward. Listen, I can't have anybody going in while it's happening.
While what's happening?
Well, I guess you'll see when it's done. And
I don't respond.
Okay. And the screaming groan continues. And it's a good, 10 seconds until it stops. With that, there's
Wait. Oh, damn it. Okay, no, we already
No.
did this.
I was paused, waiting to see if you do anything.
I just looked, and I have my glasses, and I'm not. I swear I am not just making this shit up.
Oh yeah, your glasses.
I don't know if I put that into my sharp yet or not, because I only have +1 sharp, but I have +2 marked on my sheet, so I think I already adjusted it, which still wouldn't have mattered. Okay, yeah, that's already there with my glasses. Okay, never mind. False alarm.
I mean, you can still act if you want to do anything before the screaming ends.
I'm gonna push by Jack and go in.
Sure. I think you get this kind of sense from Jack that he's kind of following orders, and while he's serious about, don't go in, he doesn't seem like he's, he wants conflict. So he kind of just lets you go by, and as you enter the cavern, you see something terrible. You see Cerebrum actually standing from his chair and holding out one of his hands. And on their knees, about a few feet in front of him, is Four, with his head facing up, and it is Four who is screaming out as Cerebrum almost seems to be taking this bluish energy from him.
What the hell are you doing?
I think the moment that you walk in, George stops, and it all just goes silent for a moment, and he actually almost, falls back in his chair, as if him doing this had, risen him up, and Four falls to the ground with a light groaning, and you get the feeling that he is still alive, but that he was most definitely trying to absorb everything that Four had taken in.
Yeah.
I
just wanted to ask you a question. I didn't think I was going to walk in on this shit. What the fuck are you doing?
Jack, would you please, take Four back to his room so that Hold'em and I may talk in peace? And Jack kind of walks in, and he kind of has this little bit of a smile, because he is I think he's a little ready for the chaos, and he's kind of excited to see his boss get in a little bit of trouble.
From me, an employee.
Yes. And yeah, he kind of lifts Four up into his arms, actually puts him over his shoulder. He's knocked out. But he is breathing. And he passes by you.
I give Jack a nod. Take care of him, please.
Yeah, he gives you a smile. He's a hard to read man.
Yeah.
Hold'em, I'm sorry that you had to see that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, so I know our agreement was about not hurting anyone, and I think I specifically said Tex to leave her alone, but I assumed that general sentiment kind of went to others as well.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe I'm out of line.
I I apologize from my perspective. I am relieving 4 of his ailment and his pain, but I know you do not see it that way.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I don't even know if it's worth asking you about the shit I was going to ask you about.
And he kind of just like scratches the back of his head. um. So did you change your mind?
In like the 10 seconds just now?
No, I mean like in the 24 hours since I asked you if you'd like to take on the power and responsibilities.
Yeah, no. In fact, I think from all the shit you've been talking to us about with the with the mind, body, soul, all that, I'm expecting shit to go down, and I don't know if we're even gonna have this the mind stone. You see that Avengers movie? Sounds like one of those.
I know of it, and I know what will happen in future movies, but and then because this I think because this has taken place like like 2018 2019,
Right.
He's like, oh, and I mean, I know that there is that Thanos guy.
Yeah.
And he kills the Spider-Man.
Close enough. Good enough.
It's like that hasn't even come out yet.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna ask you what I need to ask you because I think it's important. The 4 suits
Kind of nods.
right are all gonna come together, and I think that's my friends and I. We know that there's some more meaning in the cards. What does the ace mean?
The ace is a very special suit. It is the... I said suit. The ace is a very special card. It is the symbol of desire and ambition, but it is also the individual. It is the one. It is the singular. It carries with it a weight that only one man can carry. The suits, however, I find it interesting that you think that they may relate to your friends. Because I have had my own theory for a very long time now about how the mind, the body, and the soul connect directly to the 4 suits. While there is these 3 components that make up the universe, the mind, the body, and the soul, I believe that it is through human civilization and through the combination of these 3 that we find ourselves with a 4th component that you may find, and that is community. It is the togetherness of these these four. And I wonder if each of these suits symbolize one of each. I had originally seen the tattoo that we wear for the Order in a long ago vision, and the form of community came decades later. But I am left to wonder if its design, the three coming together to create the fourth, it's a interesting connection.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, that was a lot more insightful than I thought you would be, considering how I just treated you, so thanks,
Well,
I guess.
I kind of feel bad.
Yeah, you probably should. I never know how to, like, leave this.
Yeah, yeah, because there's only, like, the one exit.
Well, yeah, but also, like, you're, like, this super, like, powerful, smart dude, and...
Yeah, well, you don't have to worry about, like, me doing that. I'm kind of tuckered out. I'm just...
Okay.
I'm just gonna fall asleep right here.
Alright. I'll let you know if I have any more questions. We still have monster shit to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna go... I'm gonna go do that, I think.
Okay, and he like reaches down towards his feet in the chair, and he pulls up like a little blanket, and then he like presses a button on his chair, and it actually very, very, very slowly just reclines the chair like.
I wait until it's down its full length before I walk out.
And then he like pulls up the blanket, and then he looks at you and he's like, good night. And he presses a button on his chair, and it like actually turns out like the lights and all the TVs in the room.
The door's
the door's still open.
Enough. I find my way out.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I wanted to do, unless you have something else.
No, that is it.
All right.
Do you feel that the you know what? Yeah, I would say I have given some info or help for the 7 and 9.
Absolutely.
And an ill-advised project was the the one I was going for there.
Okay. All right. Cool.
But yeah, that's all I have planned. How was that?
All right. It was good.
All right. I don't know.
Or
yeah.
Is there a way to conclude this?
I will say with that, you make your way out of the casino. It is later in the day. But I mean, we could even say it's afternoon. This man is old, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
But I would say with that, you, I think you kind of knowing what's coming next, you send out a text to meet with everybody and to figure out your next course of action.
I still say to do it at Jeremiah's hotel room, even though Holden's apartment is bigger.
You know, I was originally thinking, I was like, oh, now they can like use the casino as like a place to meet up and like do their business, and it's like, nah, just Jeremiah's apartment.
Well, Jeremiah's apartment, because it's also in flats.
Yeah.
Which is where this shit is going to happen, so.
Yeah. Jeremiah's motel room.
Yeah.
Table Party has been brought to you by Team Chaos Productions. Find us on Twitter at The Table Party and at Team Chaos Pods, or on Instagram at Team Chaos Productions. See you again soon.
I'll buy him some pickle chips.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys... Yeah, and then... Yeah. That was good.